Okay, so my thought process for this guy started on the weekly time frame. Okay, if you check your weekly, it's very clear on the weekly time frame. So this was the internal liquidity sweep and price rejected from here. And remember, I've said when external liquidity is taken, price comes back to take internal liquidity, then goes back for external liquidity. So internal liquidity has been taken. Where do you think price will be going to next? To take external liquidity, which is this high here. So my overall target is this high should be taken. So I'm looking for potential buying opportunities all the way until this external liquidity is taken. Disclaimer, price does not always have to come and take the external liquidity. All right. So now that this internal liquidity was taken, what was it that we had? We had this break here. Okay. And all of this internal liquidity, price came back for it and then it's pushing up. Now, two things. Number one, because this is also like an external liquidity and price has not yet taken it out. And remember, I've said that price is liquidity engineered. We most likely might see this low eventually to be taken. If this low is not taken, then what is going to happen on um, price immediate delivery is that this is our internal liquidity. That's our B. So price came into this particular candle and then is beginning to reject. All right. So for me, that's why I just sat out on either the buys or the sells because there are too many liquidities just everywhere. All right. And I don't want to get caught in the trap. So I want to see what price will do. All right. If price takes this low, okay, I may be very weary of this low right here, but I may just put on a little risk because my stop loss is going to be very minimal. All right. The reason is because this eye also was not captured. This eye here was not captured. The external liquidity was not captured. All right. So it means this might be our engineered liquidity. They might use this low as liquidity. So price may just decide to take this liquidity out before going back up. All right. So that's what I would most likely be watching out for. Whatever makes price take out this low. Okay. I'm just going to have my limit for this key level right here. Okay. I'll just have my limit for the key level. And then if you want to wait for um, an evidence, you can wait for the same thing. Sweep of liquidity, impulsive break of structure. All right. Then you can be hoping that price would come back and then we can go all the way up. All right. But then if this place does not hold, then I most likely believe that this low may be taken. Its probability. They may take this low also, then come down to this imbalance before they continue to push up. All right. But either which ways, I'm going to wait here. But let's see if we would have a sell entry to join the sell. Let's see. So if we're going to have a sell, this is equal highs right here. Let me remove this. All right, we have this equal highs. So this candle is what I'm interested in. So let's mark it so we can really investigate if there's something interesting in that candle that took out liquidity. 30 minutes. I don't go lower than 30 minutes. Okay, yeah, beautiful. So this is something that I would want to play. This key level. Remember, I taught on key levels, V-shaped areas, A-shaped areas. Okay, and I'm going to love to play this key level. Why? Because there's liquidity just below that key level, it's going to make sense if price can come back into this guy and we can just write it down. It's really going to make a lot of sense. Okay, and then we'll just be gunning for that external liquidity or first 1 to 3. But one thing about re-entries is you have to wait, and sometimes price does not come back. Okay, so first targets your 1 to 3 this low, and then we'll just wait to see what price is going to do. Okay, so first point to look out for that. So you would want to likely see an evidence before you take any trade. Okay, so I would want to see an evidence here before I take any trade. All right, so I think it's clear now. Yes, I think the entry on the sell is clearer now. So let me take questions. Okay. All right, it's clear. Okay, amazing. Amazing. So we can call it a night here. So I just wanted to do a review. AMD formation on top 75. What's AMD, please? Do you mean assistant music director? Pardon me, I just like to joke around. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's ICT. Yeah. Um, that was 30 minutes for the person, Mr. Joshua. That was 30 minutes on VIX 25. Okay, so you said you saw accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Well, I don't do much of ICT. On what time frame? I think I stopped doing ICT a while ago. Accumulation where sweep of liquidity, distribution, manipulation, and then the distribution. On what time frame did you see it? 30 minutes. All right, so let's go to 30 minutes. So I feel like right. Then we had this distribution, right? This is what you are looking, something close to that, right? Mr. Godfrey, I believe. The accumulated price here, manipulated, distributed. Okay. So one thing I tell my inner circle guys is before I before I stay on um a lower time frame or an intraday time frame, first things first, I want to get my bias from the higher time frame. And for me, my higher time frames are 4 hours daily, 4 hours and above, you know, majorly. Okay. So this guy is obviously super bearish. Okay. This guy is bearish. We have this low here. This is our inducement liquidity. Okay. So we had price reject from here. All right. So This guy is bearish actually. But then now seeing what price is doing, seeing what price is doing right now, it makes sense. Maybe remember I said this. Now this particular low right here is supposed to lead to the taking out of this low. But if it does not, then you can be rest assured. You can backtest this. You can be rest assured that this high here is going to become liquidity. It will serve as an engineered liquidity. Price is going to do something like this, take it out, then eventually come back to sell. Okay. On few occasions will you see price just blast through, and that's when price probably wants to change its direction. All right. Okay. So it means that we are good to go even from the 4 hours. The sweep of liquidity is obvious, but then so what you saw was actually correct, Mr. Godfrey, was actually correct. So um this open close key level, then let's go to 30 minutes. Yeah. So I would just want to see what maybe, just maybe, they will use this as the inducement liquidity. Reason being that all of these regions beneath is already a balanced price action. So there is really nothing interesting for price to come back to mitigate. It doesn't mean price cannot come back and mitigate it. All right. But there's really no reason for price to really mitigate it as it were. All right. So this is that candle that took that liquidity. So you can just want to mark it out as a candle of interest. All right. So once this eye is taken, then we can now have price come back. Yes. So I think we're good to go. Yes. All right. All right. Amazing. So let's enjoy the rest of the night. I'll do well to upload um the video tonight.